If you look at this from my perspective here, they initiate on the Leona, which is fine by me, obviously. And when you look at it, Kassadin does not have any CC. Rammus does not have a gap closer, so the only thing that can happen is Blitzcrank could grab me out of my ulti. So I need to play around his grab now. Welcome everyone. This is the first time ever that I am analyzing a game where I play myself, and also the first time I analyze a competitive game. This is the game Team Mainzet, which is the team that I'm a part of, versus a team, I think they're called HSAlpha. The German name would be HSAlpha, I guess. And this game is kind of interesting. Well, first of all, they did not ban Misfortune, even though they were able to scout our profiles prior to this game. And for some reason they did target a ban at me. For some reason they thought a player called Misfortune the Best in the club MFADC, who has a bunch of Misfortune games in his match history, for some reason they thought it would be a good idea to ban Sivir against us. So they banned Sivir, and the other bans were targeted at my teammates. So I happily picked Misfortune. Maybe they thought it was okay to give me Misfortune. They were afraid of Sivir Ultimate. That might be a thing. They thought they might be able to shut me down in lane with just playing safe and hoping for Rammus ganks. Rammus obviously has quite good lane ganks, or ganks from the river for that matter. Yes, they do have a Rammus jungle, and also we got outpicked in the mid lane. We wanted to have Kassadin, which did not happen. We got Fizz because they picked Kassadin before us. But yes, I got my comfort pick, Misfortune. I play the Arcane Comet setup. We get level 2 advantage here. I just go for a little bit of poke. I think I could abuse the Tristana in lane without too much hassle. With level 2 I get my Make It Rain, so just make use of that. However, Tristana has Overheal plus Blitzcrank's, you know, the Relic Shield. So she should be able to get through my poke quite well. But, well, it's the only thing I can really do in lane. And apart from that, I just farm. I'm not too worried about late game, because I know I can scale quite well, even though I'm playing Misfortune. So I got most of my farm here. Yes, I'm at 17 CS, so I think I missed one, maybe. Yeah, but our Lee Sin is currently top side. We warded this bush, which is a mistake against Rammus. Yeah, and there we see him. It's a little bit too late. The Blitzcrank already ran for me. And the Blitzcrank flash, I flash, so it's flash for flash. And Rammus, well, he got a summoner out of us, so he just leaves. And this ward is really bad. Let's talk about this real quick. You really need to adjust your warding patterns according to the enemy jungler. And I'm playing an immobile AD carry. And Rammus, he does not really need to... well, he has such a high speed when he comes for me that me seeing him at this point is too late. And this is still the problem. We still don't know where he is. He could still be around. The lane is in the middle, which is fine. But it's almost on their side even. And I'm pushing with Make It Rain, which is also questionable. And there's the Rammus. I know I'm dead here. The Leona should definitely walk out, which she doesn't. She dies for free there. I was definitely dead in this situation, but Leona should have just ran, so slight misplay from my support's part. By the way, we were all on a voice chat during these games. We were all talking to each other, so yeah, maybe I should have immediately told him run or something. I think what I said was, right, I'm dead, let's not burn summoners, which I did not do. Well, my flash, remember, my flash was down from the first gank from Rammus, so I should have positioned appropriately, and the ward here was actually, yeah, it was indeed very bad. But I didn't burn my heal, which is nice, I guess. I got that going for me. And who got the kill? Tristana got 1 kill, and also the Blitzcrank got 1 kill. Yeah, we both died. I was definitely dead there, but yeah, Leona could have just ran, obviously. I returned to lane with less items, obviously. Tristana got a kill in the end. So I have double longsword, a full corrupting potion, which I did not even fully use in this lane phase because the gank happens too early, and also they don't give us too much opportunities to trade effectively. And yeah, Tristana knows item advantage, and I need to be careful. Tristana's all-ins are not to be underestimated. She actually does quite a lot of damage. She which keystone? Okay, she picked Fleet Footwork, not press the attack, so her all-ins are not as terrible. Well, are not as tough to deal with, but they're still very good. I E the bush here just to get the Blitzcrank to get out of the bush. E gives vision, by the way, so I missed the Blitzcrank. He was standing there. I eat there. He still walked out of the bush, which is fine by me, I guess. Yeah, but back to farming. Nothing major happening on the map. We are actually quite down by quite a bit. I mean, they have 3 kills, we have 0. He tries to go for a random grab. This never works, by the way. No way he's going to get that. W movement speed is just too much. I can pretty much react to it. And Leona with an interesting attempt to engage. Yeah, the Rammus came over. And now Lee is in some sort of trouble. He pings the Scuttle Crab. We are on our way. We don't have lane priority right now, so we arrive there second. I tried to get on the Tristana, but Blitzcrank... Okay, let's look at this real quick. Right, this bush is warded, so we can go there. It's control warded. We can go there without any problem. But I tried to challenge the Tristana. But what Blitzcrank notices right here is that he can just turn on me. They can all instantly turn on me. I have no flash. It's still on cooldown. Leona has no real way of peeling a Blitzcrank off of me or of blocking a hook. I mean, she can body block it, which she chooses to not do. So she goes on the Tristana. They all jump on me. I have 3 people on me, but they used all their resources, and we did get the Tristana low. So Tristana dies. We trade 1 for 1. And she's worth more gold than I am, so that's fine, I guess. And they even got the Blitzcrank too, so in the end it's worth. Our mid laner gets a kill, and Tristana dies as well. So the Lee Sin is starting to get fed now. They even managed to pick off the Rammus down here. I just couldn't show both at the same time, but yes, they did get the Rammus here. So Lee got 2 kills out of this, and so while we don't have any pressure bot lane, and I even died a second time there, due to me not having my flash up. I healed, by the way, in this situation, because I thought I needed to get... Well, he basically bought me time for an extra auto, and I had the feeling I needed that extra auto to kill the Tristana, which worked. Don't know if she would have died if I hadn't healed. I questioned my decision in voice chat right there, if I should have kept my heal, but I think it was fine in the end. Tristana died for this, and here I need to be very careful. I cannot really walk up to CS, because once I walk into 550 range of the minions, Blitzcrank can just W on top of me. But it's not big of a deal. But it's not a big deal, because Tristana just auto-pushes the wave with her explosive shot. And here Leona gets hooked, which is fine, because it's actually a bait for the Lee Sin, who then picks off a 3rd kill. But Tristana, well, she's not immobile, so she can just jump out. Blitzcrank is down though, so we can now establish some dominance in the lane. I walk up there for a Q, doesn't matter too much, Tristana just disengages. And we clear the wave, and maybe get a plating, if I recall correctly. Yes, we do. Leona with Demolish, so that's nice. And yes, we do get a plating, and then we go back, because we want our back timings. Yeah. So we get a nice reset here. The wave, my E hit 2 of those melee minions, but it should still be pushing towards us because it's not too much damage, and they are still on their side of the map. And also Tristana decides to auto the wave, so it definitely pushes. Yeah, they try to shove this under turret. And I do have both components for Ghostblade, but well, what I have going for me is I have, well, I don't have Ghostblade right now, but I do have the slightly magical boots from my runes. So now Blitzcrank should have a very hard time catching me. And Tristana did not choose to go back, but rather to take a plating. So we do have item advantage right now. Or, well, not really advantage, but we're not behind, at least. Now, however, Tristana goes back, and she will return with a Storm Razor. Oh no, she does not go back yet. Yeah, but she has a lot of gold. Let's have a look. Yeah, she has 1k. So she will have enough for a Storm Razor once she backs. I think she needs 800 with her inventory. She has yeah, BF sword, long sword, dagger. Yeah, 800. That's what she needs. And she, however, decides to stay, which is fine. Blitzcrank is not in the lane, and we can freely push her in. And Tristana will lose gold for this, because Tristana cannot farm effectively under turret due to her explosive shot. And there's a Blitzcrank. He runs me down. Leona gets grabbed. I ult immediately because my E is on cooldown. This is the unlucky part here. We overstayed there for the extra plating, and Blitzcrank just ran us down. Leona body blocked here. My E was still on cooldown, which is a major flaw in this. We should have seen that coming. I should have held onto my E for this exact situation. My E is level 4 right now, so it's very valuable. So I could have E ultied, but my E was still on cooldown, so I could just ulti. Leona will die here. But it was fine. It was a mistake from the both of us, and Leona just decided to sacrifice herself so I could live. She's worth more gold than me, but it doesn't take me off the map, so I can still farm. But here the teleport is coming in from their mid laner, I think. Yeah, from the Kassadin. So we are also outnumbered. I decided to just run here because there's no point. Yeah, and also Ramos is here, so we have 4 on bot lane, and I'm alone under turret. He clears the control ward, so I ward over just to see what happens if they decide to loop around and dive me. But what we then decide to do macro-wise, we're on voice chat. I remind you, we have a rift. We have a Lee Sin topside who just killed the top laner, and we know they're all bot side, and we have a Rift Herald on the map, so they decide to take that because we assume they would go for Dragon in the near future. And please don't judge on this play. I stay because I think it's fine. But if you watch me regularly, you know what happens. I get flash engaged by the Ramos. I thought there was no way he's going to catch me with his rollout thing, but he flashes on top of me, and so they get me. Ramos' flash is now down, and I die. So this was preventable. I tried to kind of push him back from this bush and maybe get a ward in or something. I'm not really sure what I was trying to attempt there. I had the ward here already, so I could see. Should have just stayed safe. And I die. They take a lot of platings for that. Definitely a mistake. Yeah, I need to just be wary of flash engages. This happens to me way too often. And now Leona gets farm and solo XP, which is something, I guess. And I do have my Dustblade. With Dustblade, I think I'm somewhat safe. We are still very far behind bot lane, but at least we get stuff on the other side of the map, which is good. We got the Rift Herald, we got kills on top lane, so we are almost even in kills. And also in these skirmishes in which I died, my team was able to clean up after me, so that's fine, I guess. Dragon is still on the map, so they did not take Dragon. This was definitely a mistake on their part. They should have abused the fact that they had 4-man bot lane and the jungler showed topside. Do you remember? The jungler, Lee Sin, he killed the Urgot, and so they knew he wouldn't be able to challenge them. They should have just instantly took Dragon, which they did not do. But I mean, it's good for us. Maybe we can get this Dragon later. And back to farming. Tristana now with a finished Stormrazor, so we are both on 1 item, which is fine. Take the crab, also fine. Nothing we can do about that. Mid lane is missing. And we just shove this under turret, so they at least lose farm for this, for taking Scuttle Crab. But here I try to stay a little bit more safe, always stay out of range for Blitzcrank to just run at me, which is now a lot easier since I have Ghostblade active and, well, still tier 1 boots, but they are slightly magical, and I have my W, obviously. Alright, so right now, they don't really pressure the lane, they just wait for Ramos ganks, I guess. So what I do is, I think it's fine to just push the wave under turret and make Tristana lose farm that way. Right there, I think she got everything, but with the help of the Blitzcrank, the Relic Shield. But generally speaking, when you are against Tristana, if you can just push her under her turret, she has, well, she will get less gold than you, because she cannot reliably farm. Here, stay back a little bit, because Blitzcrank's body language kind of tells me something's up, and yes, sure enough, Ramos is here. So Blitzcrank walking up definitely gave it away. Yeah, but we're still safe. Ramos retreats, and I missed this cannon minion experience-wise, which, well, it sucks, but it's better than getting ganked by the Ramos again. Yeah, just farming. Misfortune can farm under turret freely. Until Leona gets hooked, which... What's that? And I decided to go all in here. So, okay, let's look at this again. Okay, so I just used E. So my E is off cooldown. Leona told me in voice chat she wants to get hooked, so we could fight this. I'm not so sure why, because we're not really in the position to. They have item advantage, and also my E was on cooldown, so this was badly communicated. He also told me after he got grabbed that this was his intention, not before, so I could not really prepare. So a little bit of a communication error on our part. But now I have to ult immediately because I don't have my E ready, which sucks, but what can you do? And at this point I had two options. I could have just ran away, maybe die anyway, because Ramos just dives me with yeah, all his armor, and the damage from the blitz. Well, not really. I mean, can they dive me at this point? If I run away, Tristana follows up, Ramos taunts me, Blitzcrank and Tristana run and then attack me. Yeah, maybe they could have dove me, so I think it was correct to just flash in and trade kills with the Tristana. You have to remember Tristana is a shutdown and I'm not, so we still get a lot of gold here, and Leona still gets the assist, so we get the 600 shutdown gold plus the 150 gold assist. And they are able to get some platings. Nothing we can do about that, but again, they all showed bot side, and we decided macro-wise to take this as an opportunity to just move Rift Herald to the top side. So we do get first turret with Rift Herald, and they have to answer this. We get also a big chunk of damage on this turret. So it's fine macro-wise. And I was also able to catch up because I got a huge shutdown on the Tristana. Alright, so now I bought my components for the Duskblade, the Serrated Dirk, and the Longsword. And since the tower has not yet fallen, I go back to farming bot lane. Yes, the tower is now very weak because plating is gone. But my plan now here is, well, the next best objective is this dragon here, and we do create a lot of pressure topside with the minion wave on its own, because they will have to depush this, and then they are very far away from dragon. So we do want to take this dragon, which the enemy team failed to take earlier when they had the chance to. Yeah, Blitzcrank shows in the river. So we 2v1 against the Tristana. Again, doesn't really matter because Tristana obviously has a jump, so she will get out whenever she pleases to. She's also sitting on 1.5 items. So I'm not behind in items anymore. She has completed boots, but completing boots is not that big of a power spike for Misfortune, so I'm actually not behind at all. Even though I'm 1-4 and she's 4-2, I'm not behind in items, as far as combat stats are concerned. Alright, so now we do start Dragon. We see they have no vision. Yes, we correctly played around Dragon, and they did not really set up vision. And once they react, it was too late. Blitzcrank just initiates, and I try to ult as soon as possible because the Ramos will go on me, and he will taunt me and interrupt my ulti. And now this is a very awkward spot, because for an AD carry, especially for an immobile one, because I am caught in this dragon pit. I cannot go anywhere. All I can do is auto-attack the closest target. Ramos was on top of me, and I would have needed to go through him and loop around here, which doesn't make sense because there are a lot of people here who can attack me. So all I could do was retreat into the dragon pit, and there I'm actually quite helpless. So we get the dragon, but they have us in a very awkward position, and all I can do is auto-attack the Urgot, and Kassadin takes this as an opportunity to jump on me immediately. Let's look at Urgot's items. He's quite tanky, he has double cloth armor plus black cleaver, so there's no way I'm getting through him anytime soon with my 1.5 items. And Kassadin, who is not that fed, but he's still a mage, and he still has 1.5 items. And mages are not something you want to face off 1v1 as an AD carry, and he jumps on me and I'm just dead at this point. All I can do is get some autos off and some Qs, and then I die. And the Renekton tries to get some cleanup kills there, but they just outkite him, and Tristana could rejoin the fight. So yeah, the Renekton just dies and we get aced. So this looks kind of bad. We fed them 5 kills for 2. And we got the dragon though, but they got 2 kills on us, and they get this turret. But we are not too far behind. I mean, dragon is combat stats. It's an ocean drake, cloud drake, not ocean drake. Well, cloud drake is good for rotations, good for macro, and with good macro, we can definitely win this. Yeah, but we just got aced, so obviously that's discouraging, but what can you do? I go back to farming, since this wave crashes on the turret, and what I want to do is get this wave to, well, I can push it past this rock, since this is still somewhat safe, but if I go beyond this rock, I need to expect a Rammus just jumping on me, or rolling on me rather. So I check the bush with E, which is correct in my opinion, and then I put a control ward in there, so they do not, well, so we know what they are doing, and they do not have vision from this ward. Yeah, I told the Leona not to attack the ward, which is nice, so they don't know where we are rotating and which routes we take, and so we don't lose time. So after we crash this wave, it's far too unsafe to stay there, so what I do is I go mid lane with my team, and we try to take this mid turret now. Also, they show topside, a lot of them, so we actually know it's safe to take the mid turret, and we have 4 man here. We can actually threaten the dive on the Kassadin. So the tower falls, and yeah, we just out-macroed them there. And what happens here is Urgot looks out of position, so Leona attempts to ult him, and Fizz too. And I would have also ulted if Leona's ult landed, which it did, but he still got his dash off, so he was out of range, and he gets away. We get his flash though, for Leona ulti and Fizz ulti, so I think that's fine. Leona ulti has a decent cooldown, if I recall correctly, but Fizz ulti is on a very low cooldown, so who cares. Also, I didn't waste anything. And now I think it's time for me to take red buff. I still need some gold, yeah. Sorry, and most importantly, I need opportunities to farm. When the bot turret is gone, bot lane is not a safe place to be. So yeah, I just go mid lane now. But again, the Fizz also needs his farm, so now that the Urgot shows bot lane, we know that they are pushing, and so I can just go bot lane myself and try to catch the wave. And Leona comes with me to protect me, which is nice. Also these Krugs, I probably should take them right now, instead of just taking the wave here. I could have taken the Krugs and then caught the wave here. Probably a better play, because the Krugs can respawn sooner. Yeah, but that's just a minor mistake. I mean, it's nothing major. Yeah, now I decide to take the Krugs because... Or do I? No, I ignored the Krugs. Yeah, so I just missed out on 140 gold had I done this, but I see something happen in mid lane. So we need to defend this turret. Yeah, but what happened here? What happened to the Fizz, actually? Ah, okay, yeah. Rammus just runs him down and then they dive him. Yeah. Rammus does what he's designed to do. That's fine. We still can defend this though. They don't get a major advantage. There's no objective on the map they can take. So the Fizz death here really does not matter. Obviously he's set behind a little bit. What does matter though is that we allow them to engage on us when we are 4v5. So we are down 1 man and they get the initiation, which is nothing you want. But if you look at this from my perspective here, they initiate on the Leona, which is fine by me, obviously. And when you look at it, Kassadin does not have any CC. Rammus does not have a gap closer, so the only thing that can happen is Blitzcrank could grab me out of my ulti. So I need to play around his grab now. And he grabs this. Fair enough. He might think there is somebody waiting in this bush, because it's control warded by us, they have no idea who's there. And he wants to get the... well, doesn't want the Urgot to take unnecessary damage from a potential teammate, from a potential Renekton or whatever. So now his grab is on cooldown, and I immediately E and ult. And this is kind of the perfect position, because they're in a choke point somewhat. They want the fight because they outnumber us, and they got the... well, not the pick, but they got the initiation on the Leona. So right now they are trapped in my level 5 E, which is 60% slow, and in my ulti. And also Leona can ulti. Doesn't happen though. Leona just stuns them with her regular abilities. Yeah, but they just get completely obliterated by this Misfortune ulti. They get absolutely destroyed in this team fight, even though it was 4v5. And yeah, Lee Sin cleans up and he gets all the kills. But yeah, the MVP in this fight, definitely the Misfortune ulti. Yes, I'm praising myself, but actually I thought that was very well played by me. And now Baron is spawning, so this is kind of the worst timing ever they could have gotten. We get the 20-minute Baron, they're all dead, they have no way of challenging this. Fizz also respawned, and he helps us take this Baron. Yeah, they start to respawn there. Let's look at from their perspective. Yeah, they have no way of getting there in time. Also, we have a control ward here. They see the particle effects, but they do not know Baron's HP, they have no vision. And Baron is gone. So now the teleport comes in. We need to run immediately. Run, 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 run. Okay. Run, 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 run. And Leona gets grabbed. Okay, and now it's important that we keep on running. We cannot save the Leona, and even if we try to, it just gets ugly. We can preserve 4 Baron buffs here, and that's exactly what we do. We let the Leona die. Doesn't matter. All they can do is take this dragon. As a compensation, maybe. Are they actually doing it? Yes, they're heading there. Which is definitely correct. We are taken off the map, quote-unquote, since we needed to recall, and yes, they take this dragon for free, but that doesn't matter. Ocean Drake is very strong in lane, but after lane, it's not too big of a deal. So they get dragon, we have Baron, and now we need to make the best possible use of this Baron. So, what does that mean? Obviously it means buffing as many minions as possible. I think I suggested 1-3-1 in voice chat, but ultimately we decide to do a classic split push with 4-1, so we get pressure from Renekton's Baron buff on the top lane, and we just pressure the mid lane as the team, and try to take turrets that way. And they have no way of clearing this, so I just try to auto the turret when it's safe, and let the minions do the rest of the work. And this wave dying is not a problem, because, well, the next wave is coming, obviously. And... wait, what happened there? Leona Knights bows me, which is nice. Lee Sin steals their red buff, which is also nice. It extends our lead. And yeah, they try to trap him in this bush, or try to trap in this bush, which I'm not a fan of. Fizz can jump out, obviously, but I don't think we should be looking to take the fight into the jungle, because we want to make the most out of our Baron minions. So just stay in lane and push with Baron. And Renekton does have teleport up, so he can join whenever he needs to. We take this turret for free, basically. They do not challenge it whatsoever. And Renekton also takes this turret with Baron minions. Lee Sin tries to get a gank on the Urgot. Misses the Q, though. Yeah, had he landed his... oh, okay, still gets it. But had he landed the first Q, he would have been able to keep his flash. And, yeah, they trade 1 for 1. Lee Sin gets out, but they trade Renekton for Urgot, which is bad for us, because we lose 1 member with Baron buff, and Renekton cannot split push as effectively anymore. So, definitely not a dive I would have taken, but while playing, I didn't watch there. I watched what I myself needed to do, and we decided this turret is absolutely free with Baron buff, so we just take it. It's free gold, it's free map pressure, and we still have Baron buff, so maybe we can even get some work done on this tower. And this is exactly what we plan to do. I obviously still need to play it safe, because, well, they might jump on me. So, I want to stay out of the Kassadin range. And yes, here we decide it's probably too dangerous to stick around. And we should attempt to reset and invest all the gold that we got. And probably we should also farm our jungle, because that's just gold sitting around not doing anything on the map. Alright, now I got Ghostblade, Dustblade, 1 component for Black, 2 components for Black Cleaver, and upgraded boots. So that's nice. Compare this to Tristana. She has Storm Razor plus Rapid Fire Cannon, also very nice, and 2 components for Infinity Edge. Yes, so we are still ahead, even in items, pretty much. Even though she has 7 kills and I have 2. Yeah, but we took a Baron. That's another 300 gold, and also we took all those turrets. They did not, so that's a lot of extra global gold we just got there. And what we now need to do is we need to apply pressure on the lanes. Obviously, we ping bot lane. Yeah, this turret here is probably the easiest to take. I think I said in voice chat there, let's take this turret. It's the hardest for them to defend because it's farthest away from their base, obviously. And so we decide to do exactly that. We take their jungle to deny them even more gold. Yeah, take wolves too. And we're starting to move bot lane. I think here we were a little bit arguing what we should do. I think ultimately we decided to send the Renekton bot lane, and the 4 of us just to split mid lane, because as you can see Renekton's teleport is off cooldown, and this is the best use we can make of this. So yeah, this is what happens. We try to get vision control, but yeah, they obviously deny that. Yeah, so now we're arguing with the Renekton, I think. Hey, let's push as 5, or no, let's not do it. Let's split. Yeah, we are definitely a little bit too undecided there. We should just kept doing what we were doing and split with the Renekton on bot lane. Yeah, this is really not accomplishing much. Definitely a macro mistake, and we lose gold here. We lose gold here. Definitely suboptimal macro play. And now we decide to, hey, we go mid, Renekton goes bot, and their Renekton turns around. And oh no, yeah, we reset. Okay, we reset apparently. When is dragon spawning? Oh, very soon. And it's infernal, or is this just... No, it's not infernal, it's ocean. Who cares? Alright, so we reset, we spend our gold, and I also have finished my black cleaver, which is kind of important, especially against armor stacking teams like them. Rammus. And also Blitzcrank has some armor items. Yeah, they have a lot of armor. So black cleaver is even more valuable. Lee Sin also has a black cleaver, so whatever. It's still a good item on Misfortune, I think. And now all we need to do is set up control, vision control on Baron, and I think our macro call here was we keep vision control on Baron. That's all we really need to do. We keep vision control on Baron, and should they dare to take this dragon, we immediately jump on Baron and take it. So this is our plan. We use this dragon here as bait, so we could get the Baron for free. And we do have absolute dominance. All we need to do is clear the control wards and make them... Well, this is them pumping gold into us, because... well, Blitzcrank could hook over the wall, but we have a ward here, so that's not going to happen. And once they are distracted enough, we can just go into the pit and take the control ward. And this is what we're doing over and over until... well, until we finally can take the Baron, until they make a mistake. And this situation favors us very much, because we get a lot of gold from their jungle camps, and from our own jungle camps we can push the lanes. We have a split pushing Renekton bot lane there. So what we can do now is, you see, Renekton has his teleport up, and also Urgot has his teleport up. So they are in a split push scenario. So our plan here is to start Baron, and if they try to come and stop us, they will teleport in. And since teleport is now forced in this patch, you cannot cancel it anymore. They will have wasted their teleport doing that. So now we start Baron. Fizz jumps on the Kassadin, and they blue warded this, so they know we're doing it. They got a brief moment of vision. So all we really need to do is disengage. And now here we try to make a team fight happen. Both of us teleport. And... okay, let's look at this once and then in depth. It obviously didn't go too well for them. So let's look at this again. What happens? We start Baron, and once they engage on us, or once we see the fight is happening, we disengage immediately so we don't take too much damage from Baron. And Renekton ports behind them. Urgot ports inside the pit. Leona tries to get an initiation on the Kassadin, and she even stuns him, which is nice. And I'm somewhat afraid of this Urgot just going for me without any peel, so I try to hide in this bush and see what the Urgot does. This is the good old strategy of just running around in circles and waiting for the enemy to do whatever. And it works in this situation, because he just runs right past me and joins the fray, and then I can finally use my abilities. Yes, so I was completely unchallenged in this situation, and we were able to clean this up because we also got the nice initiation on the Kassadin. Alright, and now they have no way of stopping us anymore. They have 2 dead and they need to retreat. And, well, Rammus is still alive, so this is something to look out for. And we are Arging Baron right now, but Rammus, yeah, obviously can still challenge us, and they do have vision because they just placed another control ward, so we immediately need to back off. We don't want to get this into a 50-50. Yeah, they clear this control ward, which is fine. And we decide to reset. They have to reset too, so they cannot... And oh, goodness. Yeah, this happened. But it was actually good for us, because we have still more manpower. We just won this fight. They needed to retreat, and we are just all recalling. Blitzcrank, is it a blind hook? No, Leona is on a ward, but they don't see that I'm still there, and I'm still full HP. I didn't get challenged whatsoever in this team fight, and I even tried to heal so that Leona doesn't die. My heal goes onto the Lee Sin for some reason though. Yeah, but Leona wasn't even under any threat there, so we just get a free kill here, and also we get enough time to, well, after Blitzcrank is off the map, we can safely remove the control ward from the pit. And now this gets even worse for them, because Lee Sin can saw the dragon in the meantime, and they still have to be afraid of Baron. They do not have any vision, so they cannot really leave this Baron pit alone for too long. So Lee Sin gets this dragon for free. We get to recall and buy items. And especially since they are so tanky, I decide to go lifesteal now immediately. I could go for a Last Whisper for even more armor penetration, yes, but the fights will be more dragged out if everything goes wrong and if we don't clean them up immediately. Well, I cannot really burst down a tank, so I need some lifesteal to withstand the Thornmail damage, to all this passive damage, all the chip damage from their abilities, and so my next item will be a Bloodthirster. Yeah, a Bloodthirster. I'm playing with Arcane Comet and with not just with Transcendence, but with Absolute Focus, so I don't want to overcap. And also, if you don't need the cooldown reduction from Death's Dance, Bloodthirster is better than Death's Dance, because shields are just overpowered on Misfortune. Yeah, but now we take the Baron. Again, we force out Kassadin's teleport, and we just retreat, so we got the Summoner spell there for free. And since they do not dare to go there and clear vision, we take this time to just clear some jungle camps, so I don't fall behind in farm. Also, we can try to defend this mid turret, and now the Ramos gets out of position super hard. They fight for no reason there, even though we are stronger right now, and yeah, they just got completely blown out here. Again, they ate up my entire ultimate. Tristana gets caught, Lee Sin goes after the Tristana, and Lee Sin got a lot of kills already, and he gets even more. Yeah, he immediately switches targets onto the Tristana, which is very good. And all I did really was just chasing the Urgot with red buff. If you want to see more my perspective, yeah, he's my closest target. I cannot really walk past him, but I do have a slow on my auto attack with red buff. I also have my E. So all I do is just auto him over and over, apply cleaver stacks, apply red buff, and he goes down slowly but surely. Yeah, he's quite tanky, but a consistent barrage of Misfortune auto attacks with 3.5 items. Well, 3 and yeah, let's just say 3 items and a little bit of lifesteal. Yeah, it's not good for him. Let's just put it like this. And after this fight, because Ramos got caught right there, we get a free inhibitor. And now this dance around Baron is even more easy for us, because all we need to do is deny them vision, wait for the supers to pressure them, and we already forced out another teleport. So both teleports are on cooldown now, as you can see, and they need somebody to defend supers, and they do not have any person with teleport. So now we reset, we spend our gold, I get a BF sword, which, well, now I can properly say I have 3.5 items, which is, yeah, a Bloodthirster component. And I attempt to clear vision, but yeah, the Rammus just denies me. So got it again. Was this a dangerous situation? I'm not too sure. And maybe I should have cleared this first because they were farther away, but I prioritized the Scuttle Crab here. Okay, so now Rammus goes into vision, but we do have the Scuttle, which gives me more movement speed, and I do have my Ghost Blade, so I just run out immediately because them getting a pick on me is the only way we lose at this point. But yeah, check this bush. I don't want to get grabbed over the wall. That's the most important thing. And once vision is clear, I can now safely take this control ward. And now all we need to do is stall. Oh god, talking so much the whole day. Yeah, now all we need to do is stall. There's actually no reason for us to be there. We just need to threaten Baron and wait for them to show, wait for them to clear this. Yeah, so we push the waves so it just goes a little faster. And we saw the Kassadin. They show mid lane. We see the Blitzcrank. They warded this again, so just rinse and repeat. We clear the ward, we stall a little bit, and then we see what happens. The pressure is absolutely on them. They cannot challenge us with priority, and we have the better side of the map for controlling Baron Pit, because we have an easy way in and out, and they have to loop around here. So all in all, a very favorable situation for us. And now they're all missing, and we decide, hey, they need to do something. So we start Baron and force them to show themselves. And they sure do. They show and we just retreat, as we are supposed to. We're looking for a fight. These sweepers are slowly but surely pushing in. And they put another control ward in there. We just clear it. And we start Baron again. They know. We started Baron before the control ward was gone. They put another one. And we should retreat here. We should retreat here. Come on. Okay, we don't. Leona gets grabbed, which is whatever. Kassadin jumps on me, but luckily I have enough lifesteal at this point that I do not drop dead immediately. And yeah, I flash out, so I just don't die. Let's look at this again, though, because this is actually quite interesting. Kassadin jumps on... No, that's too early. Yeah, we should have definitely retreated here. This was an iffy situation. We are lucky that we had enough at this point in terms of gold that we can take stupid fights like these. We should have definitely backed here, especially... Look at this, they have vision with this control ward, and we're still not stopping Baron, and this could potentially lead to a very dangerous 50-50 smite situation. Well, Lee Sin is 2 levels ahead, to be fair, so his smite is stronger, but still, you don't want to take unnecessary risks like this. This is an avoidable risk. And also we see the Kassadin approaching me and nobody's peeling for me, so I'm all by myself. Kassadin jumps in. I try to challenge him before he challenges me because he's busy with the control ward. But I think it's a mistake from by me. I shouldn't challenge him like this. He's not ahead on levels, at least there's that. But it's still a Kassadin and he obviously snowballs quite hard. And what happens? Okay, he jumps on me. I heal preemptively, just so I don't get ignited or whatever. I try to walk out of vision. He follows me, I jump out, I flash out. Yeah, I just barely survive there. And this already shows that this play was all in all bad. It was a rather risky situation for me. But in the end it worked out. I still had my ulti, so I tried to make use of that here. And I do have lifesteal. Only 10%, but it's there. Well, yeah, I'd rather stay safe though. And, well, take the free stuff, win the game. And this dragon here, it's now perfectly fine to take it. Yeah, absolutely free. I still need to respond to this. This will respawn soon, but we still have supers for the time being, and we should clear this ward ASAP. All our pressure comes from them not having vision and Baron. Yeah, that's exactly what happens right now. Okay, so I take some jungle camps because I need gold. I'm the AD carry, and I think I now have enough for my Bloodthirster. Yeah, very good. So now I think I buy Bloodthirster and another control ward, just in case. That works, yeah. No, okay. I know, I think this is mine. This is my control ward, so I just decide to get the other longsword for the extra damage. Yeah. And now rinse and repeat. I still have no idea what's going on, but well, we do obviously, and we see all of, well, not all of them, but we see most of them on the map, so we just attempt to do it again. And Rammus is there, so now we should disengage again. Yeah, they control what again. Same old story, rinse and repeat. And they do get a grab on the Lee Sin. And hell breaks loose, yeah. No problem though. Let's look at the fight first and then go over it in a second. Very questionable Zhonya's. Right. Let's look at it again. They get the hard initiation on the Sin. He flashes out, which is fine, but since Blitzcrank Grab is off the table, I know they have no quick way of disrupting my ulti. So I just unleash everything. I can auto them later. My autos are actually quite strong at this point. So I get a lot of damage off with my ulti, and then I just start autoing the nearest target, which is the Rammus. I immediately here I immediately switch targets to the Kassadin because I think he's a bigger threat. But at this point, to be fair, I should have probably just kept autoing the Rammus because it was already so low. But yes, just start autoing the Kassadin. My team finishes off the Rammus, which is fine. But it would probably be better for me to just also attack the Rammus until it was dead because it was already so low. Yeah, but now we got almost an ace. It's just a Tristana. She cannot defend against 5 people, none of us died, so we can now just easily finish this game. Yeah, it's precisely what happens. We even have some minions, not a lot though, but yeah, okay. New ones are coming. And there we go, yeah. It's not much she can do. They are respawning, but we can just auto the Nexus and the game is over. Alright. This was game 1 of Mainzet versus HSAlpha, but game 2 is still to be played. This is best of 3 format, so I will have a look at game 2 tomorrow. And a little spoiler, in game 2 Ezreal is my pick because Misfortune is banned. Obviously Misfortune is banned after this. I did easily the most damage in the game. It was ridiculous. But yeah, see you then.